Our next guest is a talented writer. His debut novel and #1 New York Times bestseller, Yesteryear, is available now. Please welcome to the show, Carol Claire Burke. Hi, Carol. How are you?
I am amazing.
This is a very exciting year for you. #1 New York Times bestseller. You're also moving to New York City.
I am.
And you're also going to have a baby. So
I
what a
am.
crazy time. Congratulations.
Yeah.
So this is incredible for a debut novel. And obviously, you hear some buzz before it comes out. But has the reception, has the success of the book been sort of beyond your wildest dreams?
Yeah, well beyond my wildest dreams. I'm at full dissociation phase at this point.
And like, how does it first hit you? Not only that like people are buying the book, but that they're enjoying the book. Like, how are you receiving it?
Well, I mean, when I go to readings, I get to actually talk to people, but then I think in my DMs, people are a little bit more unhinged in kind of a fun way.
Oh, that's good to hear.
Yeah.
Like, usually people say, like, unhinged is a bad thing to
That's
happen
probably
online.
coming.
Yeah. That's really, you did a very nice thing, I think, for other writers, because, like, I think when you meet with success, people assume it comes easy to you.
Yeah.
And so here's one. Dear Caro, I think this is like, thanks for this. There's something really fresh here, but somehow I'm not quite caught up in the narrative. So we'll stand aside and wish you the best with this. This one here, I'm sorry to pass, lost momentum. I admire your talent. I still have some reservations, and I think it's good. But now the New York Public Library, 742 holds with a wait time of 10,402 days. That's to get this book right now. So Yesteryear focuses on a trad wife, which is a terminology that I'm only recently familiar with in the last year or two. Can, for those who don't know, explain trad wifery to us?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sorry to burst your bubble and have to tell you about this. So a trad wife is short for traditional wife, which is basically an idea of a woman who kind of performs subservience in every element of her life. So, subservience to her husband, she's taking care of the children, but also really leaning into the power dynamics of kind of being inside of the home and kind of leaning into the idea of submission.
And so you did you did a lot of research with religious women and like homesteaders. And what was it? How was that research process? Like, when you are talking to these people, are you very honest about like, hey, this is for this work of fiction?
Yeah. No, I mean, at the time, I was just researching. I was working in media at the time, and I was really interested in the topic. And so I just kind of said, can I write some essays about this? And they were, nice enough to let me do that. And so I got to write some nonfiction about it too. And then, I'd been thinking about it nonstop for about a month, and that was when I, came up with the novel idea.
And when you come up with it, when it first occurred to you, this novel idea, did you know you had a book's worth of ideas in you, or did you have to start writing? Because, there's a lot of twists and turns in this. I don't feel like it's something that would have, as a plot, laid out in your initial undertaking.
Yeah, I had no idea what I was doing. I had never written thriller before. I had never written comedy. I knew the final twist that I wanted, which I will not blurt out right now. But I had no clue how I was going to get there. And so this book is the product of me just trying to stumble my way through the darkness and figure it out.
There's also a lot of trad wife influencers. Like, I think one of the reasons it's kind of permeated our culture is there are people who are, on social media talking about what a wonderful path it is. You also went to an influencer boot camp. How was that experience?
Well, it's all digital. So
Okay.
I participated digitally.
Gotcha. Yeah, don't go to an influencer boot camp.
Yeah, exactly. The point, it's always online, it's always Zoom. And I actually did more than one. So I'm glad that this book sold, otherwise I'd be in the hole pretty significantly.
Oh, they're not cheap, these influencer boot camps? Yeah.
It's a pyramid scheme.
Oh,
so,
right.
Yeah. So I was at the bottom of the pyramid.
This is also going to be adapted into a movie, which is an incredible thing to already know about a book that you've written. Not only that, starring Anne Hathaway, which is no small thing either. Yeah. So how did you find out about this incredible news?
So this actually happened 2 years ago when I was selling the book. And so I got an email from one of my TV agents saying, Annie's interested. And I was like, who's Annie? And they said, you know, Anne Hathaway's really interested in the book. And I did not believe them at all. And I still don't believe it. And I'm convinced that it's a prank.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
So even now, you don't believe it's
Yeah.
true.
I feel like someone's just gonna like pour pig's blood on me at some point.
Yes.
And that's just gonna be
But
it.
if it's true, and if there's an actual working set of a movie, of a book you wrote, would you be the kind of person who would want to stop by a set?
Oh my, yeah.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? I mean, I think this set will be pretty intense.
Yeah.
But pretty brutal, but I think I'll have a good time there.
That's fantastic. I hope you will. And congratulations. The
Thank
book
you.
is such a good time to read. Thanks for being here, Cara. Such a pleasure. You guys, this is Carol Claire Burke, Yesteryear. Available now wherever you buy books. So please support local and independent booksellers. We'll be right back.